See what happens.
He cursed. Guys, he cursed. Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
Is this a family show? Is this a family podcast?
It can't. We allow at least like one curse per show, and that was mine because I'm legitimately frustrated. So
you should give it to the guests. You know, that's not a Tommy pass. That's crazy.
No, you can have one too. That's just mine right now. So
okay,
you're welcome if you feel the need. You're welcome because I can also edit this. So you know,
there's going to be bleeps over it because I think they're hilarious.
I can throw them. I can throw the bleeps in there.
All right. Tommy's computer.
What is up, Wrestle Geeks? Big Mike here with another special edition of the Countdown City WrestleCast. And as you can see, because you clicked on the video to watch it, we have an incredibly very special guest today. First, I should probably introduce my partner in crime, Tommy.
Hello.
But you all know who he is.
Yeah, at this point, it's, you know.
And as you can see today, we have the Enforcer of the Texas Kingdom. We have the Sensational Savage. She is Miss Ridley Thorne.
What's going on, guys?
Yes,
and let's make sure everyone can see you and not us. Then there we go.
What's going on, dudes? Happy to be here.
The less we can see us in this interview, the better. You know.
Yeah, this really works. I'm just going to edit this out once we take this to video. So.
I mean, there's no need for all of us to say it.
So. I'm not going to disagree with you on this. So, no.
Well, Ridley, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it.
Of course. Anything for you guys. You guys show up to every show, and y'all wave my signs all over, and I absolutely appreciate everything you guys do for me. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for riding with Ridley.
Absolutely. Hey, going by Mike. I had to make a new Texas Kingdom sign since King Cobra ripped my last one.
Yeah, it wasn't even related to the Texas Kingdom match.
No, he was just mad at me and wanted to destroy something I had, and he just picked that. So
yeah,
I bet a lot of people feel that way, Tommy. I'm sorry.
You're not wrong.
That was not the only time Tommy was threatened or assaulted that night at the yard, but I digress.
I'm sure it was like the 10th time, maybe.
I'm starting to feel less safe at the yard than anywhere else because I
do too. Did y'all see what they did to me? Oh my god.
Well, yes.
Yeah.
That's a very good point. And we'll get to all of that.
Well, Nastico sucks in general, so let's just
yes.
Yeah.
At least you can smell them coming, so
that's true.
That's very
true.
But
that's actually why I'm nasal right now, is because he's stuck in my nose. So
yeah, that's understandable.
It's the cheap clothes he puts on that cheap suit. That's why. Everything he has is cheap. Don't believe a thing he says.
These are facts, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing he's saying is a lie.
What he considers high-end shopping is Burlington, because usually it's good.
I would have bet Ross, honestly.
Ross is his middle of the road. That's where he just goes on a regular basis, So.
For the big shows, he pulls out Burlington. So.
Yeah,
for sure. Okay.
All right. Well, let's get started talking about Ridley. Where we normally start with these goes back to your childhood. And so we want to ask, wrestling, and I know we had you on the show before, and I watched your interview on Talkan. Shout out to our friend Off. So we may be covering some of these things again, but we never pass up a chance to talk about you. So, as a child, wrestling, were you a big fan of it? How was it for you growing up?
Oh my god. So my brothers and I used to watch Raw every single Monday. It was so good. I grew up in the Attitude Era. Of course, I remember like bits and pieces of WWF before that. Like I remember seeing the Eddie Guerrero and China run like live, like every week when it was happening. But yeah, I was a huge fan of wrestling when I was a kid. And, I kind of fell off as I grew up, but those memories stick around with you. Like they really make an impact on who you are growing up, like I'll never forget the first time I saw Jeff Hardy and China and Lita and everyone that was around at the time. But yeah, definitely a childhood fan.
Yeah. And so I'm going to assume the ones you just named were the ones that really left an impression on you.
Oh my god!
As you're growing up.
Yeah, absolutely. I actually remember playing WCW Nitro when I was but a wee lad and playing as Sting, like because he stood out to me so much, and that was like before I even saw him wrestle. I was just like, who is this guy in his face paint? He's cool. And then I saw him wrestle, and I was like, oh my god, like this guy is cool. Like putting the Scorpion Deathlock on everyone is
Yes.
amazing.
Yep.
I agree. He's one of my top 2 all time. So
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've met him a couple of times, and it's been
yeah.
like, oh my god, my inner child just absolutely lights up. You know.
Yeah. So funny story. Amanda, who's always at the hybrid shows and every other show as well.
Shout out Amanda.
Of
Love you,
course.
girl.
I met her back in 2023 when the Rumble was in town because they brought that other WrestleCon, and Sting was one of the big names they brought, and he was one of my favorites. So I was going to go get an autograph, take a picture, and he wound up showing up like an hour later than everyone else. So they were like, "If you want to stay for Sting, get in this line. Everyone else is going to go meet the rest of the wrestlers." And I was like, "Well, I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to meet him again." So I got in line, and lo and behold, I wind up sitting next to Amanda and Milo.
Nice.
And that's the first time I meet them. And then we started talking, and we're like, oh, we know all the same people. We've not met each other yet. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. And
what
yeah,
year did you say that was?
it was the 23 Rumble when the Rumble was here last. You were probably working it.
So that was the first one that I actually worked for WrestleCon, and that was my first time. That was the first day that I ever met Sting. I got to do a private signing with him, and
nice.
I had a conversation with him. That's wow, full circle moment. That's amazing.
Yeah. Honestly, we probably saw you because after that we started seeing the hybrid people. Yep. Like all the stuff, and y'all were all part of that, so that's pretty cool.
Actually, I do remember seeing her there because I was there at that same event too.
Yeah,
standing in line because like I got there later than everybody else, of course. So I stood in line forever. So, but it was worth it. So
yeah.
Did you stay in line for Sting, or did you go to the other ones?
Me? No, I stayed for Sting. I checked out the others, but didn't get anyone else because I was trying to. I didn't know how much money I had.
Right.
But I knew I had money for Sting. So
Sting's expensive.
Yeah, Sting was expensive. So
yeah, it was.
Those are my pick your battle days. So you know.
Yeah, for sure.
So you said after a while you kind of got away from wrestling. What was kind of your interest then? Were you playing sports? Were you doing other things?
Oh my gosh. So yeah, I've always been really interested in combat sports and just fighting in general. Like, I mean, who doesn't like to fight? Am I right? But I've done.
That's that Chola coming out right now.
Yeah, I know. She's locked away deep right now, guys. It's fine. But yeah, so I actually did jujitsu for years. And then I got into boxing and whatnot, and I was like, man, I really want to parlay combat sports into some sort of career, but I got into it kind of later in life, so I was like, I don't know if like I can really go anywhere like at this age, you know, on like a professional level. And then I was like, man, so pro wrestling, like there's a school here in San Antonio that I can join, and it seems like the perfect balance, you know. It's acting and it's combat sports at the same time. It's competitive still, and it's really cool. It's kind of like the best of both worlds. And yep, that's how I was like, I might just give this a try. Like, I'd rather do it and absolutely fail than, you know, have to say that I never actually tried it. So
yeah.
Okay, so we're just gonna kind of just skim past. But she just like listed 2 badass sports that she did, like jiu-jitsu and boxing. Like just like name those things. I'm just like, wait a minute, wait, hold on, time out.
Yeah. So those are both really fun.
I was gonna say we're sort of gonna speed past the fact that she's like legit and just keep the conversation moving. Okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I don't like to. I like to keep it as like a surprise, you know. It's like no one likes to brag if they can actually mess someone up if they need to, you know. Then people expect it. Where's the fun in that?
That's fair, but like you said, I was just like, wait, hold on.
Go back.
Always thinking 2 steps ahead. I like that.
Yeah.
So do you remember like walking into hybrid the first time? Like even just going like before training, like going to meet, see what it's about. You kind of remember that day?
Absolutely. I went to this hybrid show, and I remember seeing like, of course, Johnny Rocket and Casey Blackrose, and Diego Rene, Brandon Weiss, like all of these guys, and I was like, man, dude, this is really really cool. Like, that was my first introduction to indie wrestling, and then after that, I got Word of Mission and RCW, and I was like, man, like it's really like it's things that you don't really know about until you find out about it, and you're like, holy crap, this is everywhere.
Yeah.
Like indie wrestling is literally all over San Antonio, and it's so cool. But yeah, I remember like walking in there and meeting Marvel and seeing the matches live for the first time, and I was like, oh my god, like dude, like you can do this, you can do this.
Tommy, what were the odds that you were there?
I don't remember hearing Tommy there.
Yeah, so because a lot of the first early hybrid shows I know I missed because he didn't promote them enough to me. Like more,
Yeah.
he would like say like oh, I have a show this week, dude. I'm like somewhere else. Why didn't you say this a week ago? I forgot.
Yeah, no, I remember them being very like few and far between. But they were, I believe at the time that I started watching them, they were like streamed through Patreon, if I'm not mistaken. So they weren't really like promoted very much. And I think Hybrid was maybe like 4 or 5 years in at this point.
Yeah.
So the show definitely wasn't the crowd that it was today, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it's cool. Like that's cool in itself. Like having joined the school and then seeing it grow in real time, like that's been a really huge honor for me.
Can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay, now you're back.
Okay, my computer is being a dillweed again.
Oh no!
I don't know why it keeps doing this. I fixed this and it did it again.
Come on, Tommy. A show or interview where we don't have tech issues, that never happens.
Fair. I think something is updating, and I hate it when it does when I'm doing shit.
All right, well, let's see what happens.
He cursed. Guys, he cursed. Oh my god.
Sorry,
is this a family show? Is this a family podcast?
It can't. We allow at least like one curse per show, and that was mine because I'm legitimately frustrated. So
you should give it to the guests. You know, that's not a Tommy pass. That's crazy.
No, you can have one too. That's just mine right now. So
okay.
You're welcome if you feel the need. You're welcome because I can also edit this. So you know,
there's going to be bleeps over it because I think they're hilarious.
I can throw them. I can throw the bleeps in there.
All right. Tommy's computer. You have to bleep it though.
Let's hope my editing skills are good. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh no.
It's easy to do bleeps.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so you've walked in, you've seen Hybrid, you like what it's about, and you want to join. So the next question we always have to ask the Hybrid people: day one. Oh. How did you survive? What was that like?
Not day one.
Her face immediately, bro.
Yeah, I know.
So, okay, so I literally cried my first day, and that's because like I didn't come in like just off the couch or anything. I had, like I said, I had a background in jiu-jitsu, I had a background in boxing, and those were like within days of each other, like within days of like joining Hybrid. Like I wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna take a break from like martial arts training and then join Hybrid. It's like, no, it was literally like within like, I don't know, like a 24-hour span that I did my first day of cardio at Hybrid, and wow. I still got murdered. It was absolutely bananas. And yeah, I think about that day sometimes and I'm like, wow, look at all the stuff that I did to get here into this ring right now. But no, that day I threw up twice.
Okay,
I cried. Yeah, I know. I threw up twice and I cried. And the only thing that got me through it was Coach Mark at the time was just like, you're doing a lot better than most people do on their first day. So I was like, okay, that's my little motivation. But no, I was literally crawling across that turf doing bear crawls, just absolutely bawling my eyes out because my body just like it wanted to quit so bad.
Yeah. And we've talked to a lot of Hybrid people before, and we do know Casey holds the record for throwing up on day one.
Yeah,
so two is not that bad. So
it's not as bad as 14, I believe.
I don't know. The number keeps changing depending on who we ask. So I've heard like anywhere from 8 to 14. So
yeah.
I always hear 14. I think that sounds about right.
We're fine with that.
I feel like people just add some in just to make fun of him more. That's all.
Oh yeah, but I mean he's a hybrid champion now, so
Right.
Yeah, so I guess just that would
true.
be good. Yeah,
we can't bash him too much.
But also, we see where you guys have come from, throwing up on day one to champs of the place and making waves. So
For sure.
So we saw you for the first time, at least for us, introduced in RCW as the Cholas behind Key Vibes originally.
Yeah.
In her street fight with Maddie. What was that like? How'd that idea kind of come around? And
So honestly, that was 100% Marvel. He had a vision, and I was one of the lucky ones that got to be part of it. And it just, I think I really have Maddie to thank because of her mad promo skills. Like she took what she knew about Key, because she had like this championship match coming up with her, and she was like, you know what, Key's from the South Side. Let me talk trash about the South Side. So she did in that really famous RCW promo. You guys can plug it. And Marvel was like, you know, it'd be really cool if like a bunch of like Cholas came out like from the South Side to like help Key, and you know they helped Key win in like an I Quit match, and I was like, man, that is really sick. So I was, I got to be the lucky red leader, you know, and it was really cool. Like I think that was RCW Mania was the debut of the Cholas, if I'm not mistaken. So was that like 2 year anniversary is coming up for that? Holy crap.
think so.
I think so.
Oh my god. I forget about that. But yeah, that's how that came about. He was just like, I have this picture in my head of what it could be, and it took off. Like I wasn't expecting at least for people to pop as much as they did for it. And it's like that show itself was at the Lutheran on the South Side, so it made waves, and then we ran with it for a while, and it was just really cool. It was really cool to be a part of that, and like working with Key and working with Maddie, and then her ending up where she has, and it's just been, it was cool. It was a fun ride.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Also looked one of my favorite pictures ever because of what I took with you at the Grand Event Center, which is still a hilarious picture.
Yes, it's one of my favorites.
Well, that's the thing, and you hit on it a little bit, but like the crowd really resonated with that because it's San Antonio, you know, and I think we've talked about this before, but like we all either have that family member, we have a little bit of that in us, we've met those people, like it really resonates with the city and the people that are there. So
exactly. Hometown.
Still, my favorite joke that I made to this day that nobody heard was, "Oh, look, it's every chick that rejected me in high school." So
no, I actually remember that. I believe that's like the caption that you put that picture under on Instagram.
It's definitely one of the captions I use for that picture. So.
Yeah, no, that resonated with me, Tommy, because it's so believable.
It's so true. I wish I had some of my high school friends who we could like talk to and say,
like,
"Dude, remember that?"
Confirm.
Like because they can't confirm. It's like because we all tried. We were the nerd crew, so we had no chance whatsoever.
You still are. Like, come on.
I just somehow got married. Don't ask me how that happened. Yeah. I still don't know.
I don't know
either. Supposedly, Tommy, most people did believe you till they met her. So
I still don't.
Barbie Hayden. Let's see. Barbie Hayden was convinced I made her up. Barbie Hayden, and I brought. Well, she was my girlfriend at the time, 2 RCW ones, and Barbie, her first words out of her mouth were, "So how much did you pay her to come do this?" I was like, "I hate you so much."
Yep. No, I still believe she's a paid actress. That woman, that lovely woman.
Now that being said, she can't act because she's been in plays, but I didn't pay her. She's my actual wife. We have wedding photos. They're real. My family was there.
I was there.
You were there, Mike.
See, like really incredible now. So.
Is Ridley slipping into a little bit back to heel? Is he going a little?
It's just who I am as a person. I'm,
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. No.
Ridley's a little abrasive as a person. I'm sorry, guys.
And I did give her grief for a good number of the time before, you know. So yeah, as a Chola, I did get on all their nerves. So you know.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Right, but obviously. Between the Cholas, the one that was easiest to pick on was Callie, because, like, you know.
She was the hardest to see, though.
Yeah, absolutely. She still is.
So easy, I couldn't help myself.
So, you know, y'all portrayed the Cholas for a while, and then he got hurt basically, and so they did the storyline where y'all betrayed her and went over to Maddie, and y'all were kind of like that for a while. So, when do you have your first, or what you consider your first official match?
Mine was January of last year when I was in the 10-woman tag match alongside Anarkid Ash and Gia, and I think Dee was there and one other person, but we were in the same ring with JL and Tessa Blanchard, which was really cool. But I consider that my first match, which is cool because it was on the promotion in San Antonio. It was on RCW, and sharing the ring with, the likes of which I just named was it was crazy. I never thought that I would get to experience that in my first, for my debut, It's cool.
That's a hell of a first match. Wow. That's something you can use forever. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
You didn't throw up before that one, did you?
Oh man, okay, so like I wanted to. I wanted to throw up before a lot of things.
I love how she stopped and said no, but like
yeah. So. No, like honestly, before my first match, like what I consider like my first debut, it was a tag match with me and Callie against Gia and Key. And I was like trying to back out of it. I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I cannot like walk through that curtain right now. I just like, guys, please. Like, I can't. What am I doing with my life? And of course, everyone in the back is like, you can't back out. You're about to go on. You gotta go through with this. And I was like, I don't know if I can. I was having like a full on anxiety attack and like existential crisis and just all of the terrible things that you could have. But yeah, no, like walking out the curtain for the first time, all of those feelings just went away and it turned into pure adrenaline and it's addicting.
Yeah. Well,
okay.
I was gonna say you have to do what everyone does. Like it's like you're nervous. Let me start talking. You'll hate me immediately. You'll completely forget you're being nervous because I won't shut up. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
See.
And actually, it was hearing Tommy's voice that really soothed them because he's like, I'm at a wrestling show. I can go yell at Tommy. I can threaten to hit him. Fit right in.
Or you can actually hit me. I don't care. So
you have been hit several times.
Yeah.
So y'all were the Cholas at the Rumble Royale 2024. Y'all also had quite a showing. You started off with Callie. And you did pretty well, and then the rest of y'all came in. What was that like being in a Rumble very early on in things?
So honestly, that was technically like the very first thing that I was in. It was not the scramble that I just named, and then Boston came back to me now. But that was really cool. I feel like it wasn't as jarring because it was with Callie. Like I was number 1 and she was number 2, and that's funny. Think about that for a second. But yeah, no, I was very comfortable working with her at the time, so I was like, there's no way that I can mess this up because it's someone that I trust alongside me. And then Celine and Alyssa came in shortly after we did, so it was like all of us just working together to take out, the other girls for a while until we ourselves got eliminated. So I feel like that one was just emotionally like a lot easier for me because I was in with my teammates,
Right.
Yeah, it was really fun.
And at some point, GM Pink was an entrant, and I still think we're confused by she came in the ring and she gave y'all something.
Yeah.
I think we've asked about before. What was it?
Everyone thought it was snacks. Everyone thought it was snacks. They were earrings. They were big gold hoop earrings.
That makes sense.
Yeah, they weren't even gold. They were like plastic.
Why didn't I ever think of that in high school?
I honestly, that's a good one. I honestly thought it was like those Mexican candies that like peanut butter. That's what I really thought it was. Which y'all were the Cholas.
Everyone thought it was snacks. It was so hilarious. They were just like, oh, there's Cheetos. Like she's giving them Cheetos, obviously, to pay them off. It makes sense.
I mean,
I was gonna say, to be fair, keeping everything 100. Yeah,
for sure.
So, as your career's moved on, even though you've moved past kind of the Chola persona, you're the Sensational Savage now. Always connected back to the Cholas. Like y'all, I mean, I know it's still like a couple years past, but like y'all are still connected. You'll always wind up finding each other with fists in each other's face.
Yep.
That's
gonna change.
Yeah, I mean, just this past hybrid show, you and Celine just started just fighting, there they go, out to the second most dangerous parking lot in all of pro wrestling, the hybrid parking lot.
Yes, so bad that a 6-person tag, even though you were on the winning side, like only 2 people were left in the ring because you were beating Celine back into the locker room and, like you said, into the parking lot. Maybe down to Bandera Road. I don't know how far it went.
All the way down. All the way down.
I feel like Leon Valley PD just doesn't even bother anymore. There's how are they, like, ma'am? I understand 2 women are fighting down Bandera. How are they dressed? Okay,
what do they look like?
Can you describe them?
Are their outfits sparkly?
Does one have red hair? How did I know that? Does the other have green hair? Okay, ma'am, they go to hybrid. They do this once a month. We just
wait. Does one of them look like a child? No, okay, we're still okay.
Okay, so Callie's not with them. Okay, cool. So
I love it.
Okay, so we're going to take a little, not quite a break here, but kind of talking about your connection to Callie specifically here. You've had a few fans that continually harass you on her behalf.
Yeah, absolutely. It's ridiculous. I'm so nice to everyone. I don't understand. I don't deserve this.
No, we agree 100%. But I've noticed something, that some of these people have a similar name to one of us. So I wanted to see if you would take some time here. Let me see if I can get this set up correctly. We're going to do a little rankings.
Okay, cool.
I already know where this is going, and I'm just sorry I'm laughing at it.
All right. So
oh my God.
There are 3 fans named Mike. There's Big Mike, that's me. There's Michael May. And there's Mikey 123, I don't know, 7563. That's the Instagram who every time I see is posting about Callie.
Am I doing 1 through 3, or am I?
You're ranking them in order from who you think is the best, or your favorite Mike to 3 the least.
So number 1 being the first, number 1 being the favorite Mike.
Can I just do so Big Mike reigns supreme, obviously, for very obvious reasons.
I humbly accept. I appreciate that.
There we go. And then the other 2, I can't even like figure out who's worse, because I absolutely despise them both. Like, they're always in my inboxes just like talking mess to me. / yes, absolutely. You could actually put like a -3, like if we can do that.
Or let's try this.
What are you doing?
Oh
there?
no.
Did that work?
Oh
yeah, that's it. Like, that's it. You nailed it right there. I love that.
I accept.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Well, thank you. I'm very honored for that.
Oh, damn it, Mike.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, I happen to know one of them a little better than the other.
True. That's true.
He sends me stuff. Okay? Like, he sends me stuff, and I'm like, I wasn't even talking about that.
I cannot stand it. It's ridiculous. I hate waking up to hate in my inbox. It's not okay. It's not okay, guys.
I don't think I've ever met another fan named Tommy, now that I think about it.
There's a wrestler.
There's a wrestler.
Tommy Bolton.
Yes.
Bolton, but he's like the only other one I know of.
And Tommy, what does that allow you to yell all the time when he wrestles?
I always heard you suck, Tommy.
Somehow he finds that hilarious and he gets to call his own name and say he sucks.
Because it sounds familiar.
So sorry. My phone is like glitching right now, and I don't know, like.
Can you hear us? So, a few other things I wanted to touch on before we get kind of to where you're at now. We were talking a little bit about this before we started the interview. There's an artist who creates murals of wrestlers for different heritage months, Latin heritage, Italian heritage, Women's Month. And I had noticed last year that you were included on the Native American Heritage poster. So I was just wondering if you would kind of talk about, your connection, what that comes from and kind of what that means for you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's really cool. So my mom, I'm a Karankawa native on my mom's side. Her dad, my grandpa, is pretty much almost full-blooded Karankawa native, and it's a really cool heritage, specifically because they don't actually exist anywhere on paper anymore. It's not a federally recognized tribe.
Oh, wow.
Because they were almost completely obliterated out of existence. But yeah, no, it's a part of me that I'm very proud of. So.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's so awesome.
Were you able to did your grandfather have a lot of stories? Did you have time with him to kind of learn about those things? Or?
Unfortunately not. He passed before I was born, so I only know what my mom has taught me. But he was a great man, from what I've heard, and I've seen a bunch of pictures of him. He was the coolest looking guy.
Yeah.
And I'm very proud, and I wish that we could have sat down and had actual conversations together. It would have been cool. It would have been cool to hear it directly from him.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, for sure.
So do you feel like that kind of, because I know when we talked previously, you say that you are very influenced by Red Sonja and Warrior Women. Do you kind of feel that part too with your Native American heritage?
Absolutely. So it's funny because that tribe specifically, they're a coastal tribe. They were mainly located off of the Gulf of Mexico, around Houston and Galveston. My grandfather was born in Tivoli, Texas. So that's where he was from. But they apparently they were warriors in their own right. They were very fierce people, and I think combat sports is in my blood because those are the stories that I've heard.
Oh, I like that. No, that's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Your ancestors looking at you yeah,
still
kicking ass.
I really
right
hope
there.
that's the goal.
And they're like, "Don't worry, you're gonna get Angel back."
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I need to. I really need to.
100%. Him and the 74 Camachos, who we only know 3 names and we don't know the rest of them.
We don't. So, all of them need to go though.
I told Mike I've been up to VIP a few times, and every time I see there's a Camacho tag team match, and I was like, okay, how many of you are there? And then during one of the matches, another Camacho just jumped in the ring, and I said, okay, seriously, no. There's no way all of you, there's this many of y'all just randomly popping up. And I was like, who's even this one's name? I didn't even hear his name. So, I wanted to ask Angel, so you actually have this many favorites? You just grab anyone who looks like they might be just hey, want to be related to us? Sure. And
sure.
Because
random dudes out of San Antonio.
Yeah, because I think, and don't hold me to this, because I think that was Zach Camacho who was there at United.
Again, you could have said any name, and I would have no clue if you're honest or not.
I think that's his name.
I think that was Angel. I just
right. I think that was Terry Camacho. Sure, I believe you. I think that was Bobby Joe Camacho. Probably. That.
No, because Nate be causing trouble. When I saw him, I should have known that was him right away.
He put his hands on Tommy at the show. I know you were kind of. Incapacitated at the time, but
yeah, no, I was dying.
Yes, you were a little incapacitated.
I was a little dazed and confused, honestly. I don't really remember a lot that happened after the fact, but
there was a 500-pound man coming down to crush your rib. Tommy, did you feel something?
God. No, I just no.
Are y'all good?
Really?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. No. Nothing's different.
Okay. All right. I thought something happened.
I feel like my head hurts a little bit, but yeah, that's normal wrestling.
Wrestling.
Can you see okay?
Oh yeah, no, I have
my
glasses work really well, so.
All right.
Look, all of us have glasses. I just noticed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Heck yes. Bad Vision Club.
Yeah, yeah. There you go.
But okay, so I mean, despite what happened at the yard last weekend, being a part of the Texas Kingdom, right? Like, and not just hey, be a part of our group. Stash called you the enforcer of the Texas Kingdom. What's that been like for you?
It's been such a huge honor, honestly. Like whenever he bestowed that title upon me, my immediate thought was, I don't know, like I don't know if I perceive myself as that. It's like I know there it's easy to be, the big strong girl at hybrid just because, everyone else is so tiny, but I'm like the enforcer, like are you sure? Are you sure that's what you want me to be? I mean, other than overwhelming like just gratitude and honor, it's like that's what I really felt like. Is like, are you sure? Are you sure you want to give this to me? But yeah, no, Stash has been nothing but amazing and encouraging, and he really does just want the best for everyone who puts in the work. Like that man is incredible, and I'm so grateful to have a person like that on my side, and I get to call him a stablemate and a teammate and a mentor, and it's really cool. Like Stash is a great guy, and being part of the Texas Kingdom against the treats, so I feel like it's such a statement.
No, yeah, and then
can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what it's doing. This is actually like disturbing for me now.
A lot of weird things have been happening tonight, so I don't know.
Yeah,
no,
there's something in the ether.
I should be. I hope.
Okay, I'll edit us back into where we're at. But okay. So no, I was going to ask. You were one of two people brought into the Texas Kingdom. You and Jesse Funaki. So cool younger brother, annoying brother, cool friend. Where you at with him?
No, cool younger brother. Absolutely. Okay. Wait, younger? Wait, what do you mean? He might be older than me. I don't know.
Possibly.
Yeah, he might be older than me. No, like Jesse Funaki is really, really cool. I love working with that guy. He's got so much charisma, both inside and outside the ring. It's just who he is as a person. He's really cool. He's really fun to work with, and he's very creative when it comes to in-ring work. And it's crazy considering he's only been doing this for like 2 years. I think he joined the school like maybe 2 years ago, if even that. But Jesus, that man and his natural ability is just, it blows my mind. It's crazy.
Yeah. And another like little thing with him, we technically have his first interview.
Yeah.
Because at NostalgiaCon last year, he had his first match against Casey. Yeah, and then after that, we were just like, "Hey, you want to do interviews?" Like, really? We're like, "Yeah,
yeah, let's do that."
So yeah, so you could say we're pretty pro Texas Kingdom at this point.
Yeah, no, why wouldn't you be?
Because, exactly.
I mean,
well, for me, considering I used to immensely hate Rob Love,
that's the one thing I was going to mention. Yeah,
yeah.
He's grown into a really great guy, I think.
Only took 14 years. Anyway,
I think Ready and United and having all those kids, look up to him. He realized, I got to get my stuff together. I got to be a role model.
Yeah, exactly. I think he really stepped up to the occasion. Everyone loves that man. He's cool. He's good people.
He is. And he does have a penchant for going after Kylie and
too,
so I mean, there's
I mean, I don't think either of y'all could blame him for that.
No.
Yeah.
From everything I remember from the match, she's usually attacking first, so I feel like it's more just self-defense.
I can't believe that she got busted open. That was the best thing ever. Other than her losing like what 3 times in 2 days that one weekend, that was hilarious.
Yeah. And then she came close this week. Tommy.
Oh, and this would probably be his favorite part too.
I know.
The Cali roast.
He probably got too excited, too much fun going on there.
Yeah, his brain started glitching.
I'm legitimately concerned now.
This sounds very frustrating. I'm sorry, guys.
No,
it's me. There's something happening.
No.
In all fairness, this happens a lot, even when we're doing our live show. All right, so beyond the Texas Kingdom too, recently you've been on your fair share of interviews and podcasts besides us. You were on
Yeah.
Talk and Listening, which was very entertaining because Knopf and
Yeah.
Stash are good dudes.
That was a surprise, honestly.
He was bald. I know, I remember that
Yeah.
clip.
Oh, yeah. No, the fact that he was bald. I mean, that's not the surprise I was
Oh,
talking
okay.
about. Oh my God. No, that was very shocking, honestly. Like, if you just clip my face on that part,
Yeah.
that's pure shock right there. Like I could see myself in his head and everything. It blew my mind. But but the cool thing was Stash surprised me as the co-host of that, and
Oh,
it was really cool. It was really really cool to be on that podcast with him. Shout out Nuff, shout out Stash. You guys are awesome.
dang
That
right, good dude.
was it was cool. It was really cool.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then also recently you were on a mission for Mission Pro.
Shout out Angel.
Yeah. And we noticed when you had there, you had mentioned your tarot cards and you have the Red Sonja ones.
Yeah,
You still got
yeah.
those?
I do actually. I want to see something cool.
Yeah.
Let me see. I actually have them right here.
That's really cool.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
this is one of my most prized possessions in the world. I absolutely love them. I love tarot and I love Red Sonja, and the fact that I have a tarot deck that is Red Sonja is awesome. I
So
love
do
it.
you do actual readings and stuff with the cards?
Yeah, absolutely. I started reading tarot when I was a teenager. You know, just kind of just magic has always interested and intrigued me.
Yeah.
Just anything witchy, really. That's kind
Awesome.
of a weird kid.
We all seem to find our way to wrestling though, so it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I like strong female characters in all aspects.
Yeah, that
There's a
makes
lot of
sense.
those in wrestling, so
So as we kind of wind down here, looking forward to the rest of this year, kind of what are your goals and what are you looking forward to accomplish as we
oh
go
my
through
gosh.
2025?
Oh my goodness. I want to just keep working, you know. I've had two, no, three, this is my third free weekend pretty much since the start of 2025, and it's been really cool. Like it's tiring between my shoot job and training and working on the weekends like for matches and stuff, but um just being constantly booked, you know, whether it's like once, twice, or like triple booking every weekend thus far has just been so amazing. And I just feel like everything that I trained for, and of course, you never stop learning, but I just feel like everything is just finally culminating and just paying off, you know, just getting to get those bookings and work all of these different people and just kind of like learning as you go. It's just been, I'm so grateful. And I hope that that's what the rest of the year brings me is just that constant motion of just bookings every weekend. And if I happen to have a few title shots mixed into those, then bring them on. I'm ready. I'm ready for some gold in 2025. That is
I
my
like
top
it.
priority. I would love to be a champion. That'd be amazing.
Yes, and we are here for it. And whenever it happens, if we're not there by chance, we will be promoting it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I appreciate you guys.
of course. And speaking of that, where's the farthest away from San Antonio you've gone to wrestle so far?
So far has been Houston, technically, and I actually have another show coming up 1 week from today on April 5th. I have a match, a tag match. It's myself and Fariza against Casey Blackrose and Diego Rene in an intergender tag match. So
Right,
that's
and
gonna be really fun.
so there comes back the Texas Wrestling Multiverse, which
Yep.
I don't know why
Yep.
that makes me, I don't know, feel like something raised goosebumps on my skin from that.
It
But
might be Celine talking about me. Like,
oh, it
that
could be.
girl.
From what I understand, while we're recording this, she's doing a tall can interview. So Lord knows what she's going to say about you there.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I felt like a chill up my spine all day and just kind of
Yeah,
like just something heavy in the air, you know?
that makes sense. But also, uh, the multiverse putting Diego and Casey Blackrose on the same team
That's crazy,
with Callie
right?
in their corner, from what I understand.
Yeah, that's
That's
weird.
I don't know. Our friend JC, who hosts normally with us on the WrestleCast, came up with the idea that the Wrestleverse changes once you cross a Buc-ee's or pass a Buc-ee's
Yeah.
in Texas. So yeah, once he said that, it kind of made sense to us. So we're gonna go with that.
It actually annoyed me how much that made sense.
Yeah. No, honestly, because there's Austin and then Houston and then Dallas. I mean, there's so many around Texas. Is there any going down south? Is that a dumb question? I mean, I
don't think it is, but I'm not sure if there are.
I don't think there's one yet. I think the last time I went towards the Corpus area, but that was like a couple of years. It was a year and a half ago. I didn't see one, but that doesn't mean that they ain't built one yet. So
there's definitely not one going towards Corpus because I work in Corpus once a month, and like for GCWA, shout out GCWA. There's definitely not one down there. But yeah, to answer your question, sure. Yeah, the furthest booking I've taken so far is in Houston. I'm about to pass that record in a little bit. I'm going down to Alamo, Texas on April 26th for Texas Wrestling League. So I believe that's like almost like a 4-hour drive. My gosh.
And like outside of being, signed to a company per se or whatever, do you have any kind of like dream places you would like to wrestle, either in the US or abroad?
Oh, like just anywhere? Oh my gosh, I would love to go to the UK. And of course, Japan. That's definitely a priority for me. I would love to do that. Anywhere out in the Caribbean. I've worked for All Caribbean Pro already, and I would love to actually go overseas to the Bahamas and wrestle for them there in their, in their territory. I think that would be great. As far as promotions, shooting for TNA at some point, I think that would be wonderful. Other than that, maybe like Ring of Honor, even trying to get on Raw at some point within like the next year. I think that would probably be like the biggest thing for me in 2025 is like a spot on Reality of Wrestling. Fingers crossed.
No, 100%.
Awesome.
Tommy, you have any other questions?
No, because I'm afraid something's going to go wrong again.
What do you mean, Tommy?
Celine. I blame Celine for everything.
It is probably her fault, but what do you mean? Nothing's gone wrong this entire interview.
Of course not. Not at all. Not a thing has gone wrong.
All right. Well, Ridley, thank you for joining us. We do appreciate it. We can find you on Instagram, mainly Instagram, right?
Yeah, I have so at Bat Sabbath for absolutely everything.
I'll throw it up somewhere around the post.
Yeah, absolutely. You can follow my
there you go.
Instagram
Boom.
right here at Bat Sabbath. You can follow my ex here at Bat Sabbath. My TikTok is also at Bat Sabbath. And if you follow Threads, at Bat Sabbath.
Got it.
The Threads is kind of weird. Oh, let me plug that Cash App too. Bat Sabbath.
Got that too. That's crazy.
Got it. Nice.
Are either of you guys on Threads right now? Because that place is wild.
No.
I am. It's very Wild West out there. So yeah.
It really is lawless land.
I'm not gonna lie. When Instagram was like, "Hey, make a Threads," I was literally like, "No." I have too many different. Like, I stopped using X as it was. Like, I don't even go on there. I made a Blue Sky, which I never use. I was just like, there's too many at this point. And peeking behind the curtains, Countdown City WrestleCast social media is pretty much me, except for a few posts from JC and Tommy. But I'm the Instagram, and I try to do Facebook, but we don't do that a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
But also, one last thing, you have a cameo. Where's
I do.
That cameo?
Oh, at Bat Sabbath. That's mine. Yes. Send me requests, people. I love making people's days. Yeah.
Read the instructions, people, on her page.
Please read my bio. Don't be weird. I will decline anything that's weird or overstepping. Like, please, guys, don't be weird. I covered this in Tall Can. I covered it in, I believe, On a Mission. Just don't ask anyone for weird stuff, please. My gosh. Save yourselves.
Know who you are. Don't do it.
You do.
I mean, thanks for the watch, but also don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hope you feel bad and think that it's you when you watch this. It probably is. I don't know.
All right. Well, Ridley, this has been great. It's
Indeed.
been a fun time talking with you. And of course, we'll see you at the shows. But thank you again. Tom, you got anything else?
Just thanks, and you're awesome, and keep doing your thing.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank y'all for having my back at every show. You guys mean the absolute world to me. And I can't wait to see y'all at Hybrid Mania.
Yes.
You're there.
It'll be
Front row
awesome.
again.
Yep.
All right. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate it.
Thank
Have
you,
a great
guys.
evening.